Hey, here you go. Break it down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my top 5 coming into the season. And listen, it's just preseason. This is going to balance itself out. The universe typically finds a way to get it right by the time we at the end of the year. But just to start it out, just from me looking at from the outside, from the crystal ball that I have right now, this is what I see to start off as we come into week 0 and then move into week 1. I'm going to go with Alcorn State at number 5. Alcorn State went 7-4, 6-2 in conference play last year. They were 4-1 at home in Lorman, Mississippi, and 3-3 on the road. Alcorn best win on the season last year was 23-20 over Alabama State. Their worst loss, of course, had to be the game that kept them out of the SWAC championship game, and that's a 10-44 loss on the road in Houston, Texas, to Texas Southern. They were 3-1 versus teams above 500 and 4-3 versus teams below 500. They finished the season at 4-1 in their last 5 games. That's Alcorn at number 5. When I go to number 4, I'm going to go to Florida A&M. Florida A&M finished the season 12-1, 8-0. They were 5-0 at home, currently hold the longest win streak in Black college football at home and one of the longest in the nation, period, over there at home in Bragg Memorial Stadium. They were 5-0 at home, 4 away on the road. They won 30-26 over Howard, which I thought was their best win in the Celebration Bowl, which crowned them Black College National Champions. And they had a 24-38 loss to South Florida, which was their one worst loss and only loss. They were 7-1 versus team above 500 and 5-0 versus teams below 500. They finished the season on an 11-game win streak. I'm curious to see. The reason I dropped them to number 4, Willie Simmons not there. I believe they have the talent, but Willie Simmons is not there. I still believe they are a top 5 program right now until they show me different this weekend versus Norfolk State. Let's go to number 3. North Carolina Central finished the season last year at 9-3, 4-1 in conference play. 5-0 at home last year. Defended home turf very well, 3-3 away. They won 34-23 versus Elon last year, which to me was their best win on the season. And one of those wins that Coach Trey Oliver likes to brag about who else is doing this against the PWIs. They did it last year. Their worst loss, of course, had to be against Howard, who eventually won the MEAC 20-50. North Carolina Central, I thought, was their worst loss. Guess what? They were 1-3, Scotty, versus teams above 500 last year. 1-3, but they were 8-0 versus teams below 500. They finished the season 3-2 in their last 5 games last year in 2023. I go to Alabama State, the number 2 team in my ranking coming into the season. Bama State finished the season 7-4. 5-3 in conference play. They went 3-2 at home, 2-2 away. They was 24, had a 24-19 victory on the road at Jackson State's homecoming. I thought that was their best win of the season considering what happened last year. I would like that. 17-21 lost to Miles. May we never forget that.
May we never
forget that they lost to Miles College last year. And to me, that was their worst loss. They were 3-4 versus teams above 500 and 4-0 versus teams below 500. Alabama State finished the season in their last 5 games 4-1, which you have to look at coming into the season as one of the reasons why I got them at the number 2 spot. And then Howard University for me at the number 1 spot. They finished the season 6-6. 4-1 in conference play. They were 4-1 at home, 4-0 at home as well, 2-4 away. They had that 50-20 victory over North Carolina Central, which I thought was their best victory on the season. But they had a tough loss at Harvard, 70-48, which I thought was their worst loss on the season. Howard also was 1-3 versus teams above 500, and they finished the season 5-3 versus teams below 500. Howard finished the season 3-2 in their last 5 games, and because they played in the Celebration Bowl last year, and because they returned a lot of starters, and they also have the preseason MEAC and offensive and defensive player of the year, I think Howard just playing in that championship and the team that they ultimately became as the season began to go on, I have them at the number 1 spot.